Hey guys, I'm back with another Precure video, and this time I'm talking about my favorite cures by color. And yes, I am going to use spoilers if I'm going to talk about my faves. I'm also not going to be using the colors black, white, orange, or rainbow because there's not very many cures of each, and none of them are really my favorites. This is the order I'm going in, and we're saving pink for last. I love Cure Chocolat. She's my favorite red cure. Normally the tomboys aren't my favorites, such as Cure Rouge or Cure Sunny, but Akira is a different kind of tomboy. She's more elegant and mature, and I've seen people compare her to Sailor Uranus, which I totally get, but the main difference is that Sailor Uranus is condescending AF, and Akira is more gentle and humble, which is something you don't really see often in the quote-unquote badass characters. As for her powers, Chocolat Aromaze is such a cool attack, tornado made of melted chocolate. She can also extend her candy rod and put actual chocolate bars on it, making it like a sword. And now what I don't like about her. A lot of her episodes are about her annoying little sister. And I know Akira's entire character is about being caring to others, but it would still be nice to have an Akira only focused episode. As for her design, the dripping chocolate motifs look nice as heck. I love red and brown together. And my second favorite red cure is Cure Ace. Cure Étoile is my favorite yellow cure, and she comes from Hugto Precure, which I just finished and is my favorite season. I like how at first she's very lonesome and she doesn't want to hang out with Hana or Saya, but as the series goes on, of course she's, besties with them. I also liked her one-sided romance with Harry for two reasons. The first reason was that they chose Homare for this and not Hana or the pink one. And I'm bringing this up because usually magical girl animes tend to put romance only on the main character. So it's an interesting twist to see, the yellow girl have it instead of the pink one. The second thing I also liked was we actually get to see Homare confess her love to Harry and have him turn her down, and she ends up crying, and it's such a real and raw scene. It's just so blunt and in your face, because usually anime romance, they just beat around the bush. They're so vague with it, but this one, it wasn't for fan service, it was to teach a lesson. As for her powers, I'm a sucker for musical instrument weapons, and her using the melody sword as a flute is really cool to charge up to do Star Slash, which is essentially stealing Kirby's Warp Star and making it 100 times better. As for her costume, I really love the stewardess motif, her little hat, the scarf. It just looks really unique, and always love a magical girl design that strays away from a front bow or the typical skirt to really stand out and look different. And runner-up for favorite yellow is Cure Sunshine. I love Itsuki. If you've seen my green Precure video, you know that Cure Mint is my favorite green, but to be honest, Cure March is also really good, so I'd put them both at number 1 because sometimes Cure Mint really doesn't do anything, so I'd probably put Cure March there. But just for the sake of this video, let's just talk about Cure Mint because no one talks about her. Okay, so Cure Mint, she's very quiet and she's kind of a bookworm, and therefore all of her episodes are based upon going into, a fairy tale like Hansel and Gretel or something. I think these episodes are really entertaining. It's a good break from the usual Yes Precure 5 stuff. Now let's talk about what I didn't like about her, because there's a lot I don't like about her. She never talked very much. She didn't do a lot, and to some extent her hair. It doesn't bother me that much. I would have preferred something different, but literally I can live with it. And Yes Precure 5 Go-Go in general is a very boring season, but I love the first Yes Precure 5. Now let's talk about her powers. Emerald Saucer is really awesome. Just the way she throws that disc, it's awesome. She looks so badass, and the way her voice echoes is so cool. As for her costume, I don't really like it in magical girl teams when they have similar looking outfits. Sailor Moon I can excuse, but I really like in recent Precure years how they're giving them unique costumes, and I really don't like the whole same costume with slight variations. I much prefer if she had a unique design. But with that being said, the Go-Go costumes don't really look bad at all. They look pretty nice, so it's okay. And runner-up for green, as I said, is Cure March. I love them both. My favorite blue cure is Cure Cosmo, and I've been watching Star Twinkle Precure, and I love Cure Cosmo. She's interesting. I thought her backstory was really cool, how she was a thief, and she had to steal all for the reasons she thought were the right reasons. What I also really like is that when she joins the team, she's still very apprehensive and very lone wolf. Like, she does not really feel comfortable around the girls that much. As the episodes go by though, it almost feels as if she does feel very comfortable, but she's unwilling to admit it. And it's very cute to see her interactions with Hikaru, because Hikaru is very nice to her and she doesn't detest it. She just goes with it, like if Hikaru holds her hand. There was a specific scene in the mermaid episode where they hold hands and play together in the water. I thought it was very cute, and it just shows their bond getting closer. As for her powers, Rainbow Splash is really nicely animated. The colors are awesome, just the lighting. And when she turns the perfume, I love the harp that plays. It's almost as if she's channeling the princesses into her attack. Lastly, her costume is beautiful. A lot of people do not like the rainbow skirt, but I love it. It reminds me of those umbrellas with one color for each section. But what I'm most happy about is that we finally have a 6th Ranger Cure who doesn't have pink as a majority of her outfit. Like literally, I was getting so tired of it. They're putting pink on every mid-season cure. And just a disclaimer, I don't hate pink. I think it's really stylish on the main cure. But if you have too much pink, like you put it on the mid-season, it just, for me, it just ruins the aesthetic of the team. And to be honest, especially in Fresh or Go Princess, when Flora and Peach are already pink, like why are you making the other ones have pink hair? Anyways, back to my main point. You don't need pink to sell a cure. Kids love all the colors of the rainbow. Maybe not green, but you can play around with other colors. And lastly, I'm not a fan of Uni's civilian clothes. They don't seem very casual at all. I'd prefer if she just gets some cute jean shorts or like a nice little sweater or something. And runner up for favorite blue cure is Cure Princess. Cure More is my favorite purple cure and my favorite cure in Hugto, which is my favorite season, so it's a favorite of a favorite of a favorite. I just love Cure More. Even as a villain, she was very charming. I like her monotone demeanor, especially when the boys all asked her out and she kind of just punched the wall and scared them away. The girls later throw her a sushi welcoming party and she doesn't like any of it or accept any of the food. She thinks it's all pointless and she ends up hurting all of the people's feelings. Even Homaru gets a little feisty with her. She's like, aren't you being kind of rude right now? That's also why I love Homaru. She's like very assertive, but yeah, so she would always be so monotone. She didn't know what feelings were. She didn't realize the little things in life and how important or special they were. But I love scenes that show an evil character slowly becoming good. They're just really touching to me. And the one in particular was when Lulu asks, why are you being so nice to me? And then Hana's like, such a beautiful scene. The other scene that was very touching was they were like babysitting a bunch of kids. Lulu's still evil or whatever, and she summons a monster. But when that same monster tries to attack the kids at the daycare, something just clicks with her, so she runs over and tells the monster stop it, and the Precure are shook. The character development is strong in this one. Her conversion to a good character happens even faster when she meets Emiru, who's this like clumsy little girl. They grow as a pair, and this is part of what helps Lulu to become good. Now let's talk about her powers. Twin Love Rock Beat is my favorite attack in the entire Precure franchise. Just the way the guitar comes in is so, I say badass a lot, but come on, this attack is so badass. Like just the way the guitar sounds. Each of them has their own little guitar solo and it goes like do 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 do. It's so cool. It's so freaking badass. Yes, I'm gonna keep saying that. Oh well. But, and then when they charge up the attack, they're like, may our hearts join us? I forgot what they say. It's in Japanese. I don't remember. But then after they say that little phrase, they still play the guitars and it goes like, doo 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 doo. Now for her costume. Originally, I was like, why does she have pink in her outfit? Why do these two have pink in their outfit? Like, I was really pissed. You know, the whole mid-season Cure thing. But now that I look at it, Cure More, she's relatively purple. The pink is not glaring in her outfit. I love the thigh highs. Her little ascot type thingy on her chest is really elegant. You know, I love Machiri and Amore's thing on their heads. I don't know the name of these clothings, but they're just really elegant. And for those of you who are wondering if I like Cure Machiri or not, I love her. She has a great personality. She's not annoying at all. But I don't know, something about her, like I just don't think her design is like way too pink. I would have preferred if she was red, like actually red. It's like the Cure Parfait issue. I don't think Cure Parfait is green, but I mean Cure Machiri I can view as red, but she's a little too pink with her design, so I'm not really the biggest Cure Machiri fan. And second favorite purple is Cure Macaron. And the moment everyone is waiting for, my favorite Precure leader. Cure Whip is my favorite leader of all. I really don't get the idea that she's a Mary Sue or like it's all about Ichigo. I really never understood that. I was like, what the hell? Like I don't see that at all. Even in the character-focused episodes about Akira or Yukari or anyone else, Ichigo just takes a back seat. Sometimes you even forget she's there. So I never really understood this whole, oh, she's a Mary Sue type of thing. I just think she's a very charming and joyful character. One specifically cute scene was when she was so happy to see CL, so she starts bouncing up and down like a rabbit. Super cute. As for her powers, love the idea of using a literal cake to attack. She just rolls up that cake and shoots it. It is a bit unfortunate that Cure Precure doesn't have physical fighting. They don't throw hands that much, only Cure Gelato, but I think they do make up for it with their gorgeous attacks. And as for her design, I think Cure Whip arguably has the best pink magical girl design out of so many different shows. Just the way her skirt looks, it's very different from your typical magical girl skirt. I mean, it's based off a cake. Her overall look doesn't look like something you'd see in a show about fighting, and I just live for magical girl designs with irony and focus on aesthetics over being convenient in battle. There are magical girl designs that they kind of look like they're meant for battle, like Sailor Moon or even the Madoka girls. I wouldn't call them ordinary, but they look okay for battle. But when you look at Ichika's design, she's just so seemingly innocent and colorful, but you know, she packs a punch. And to be very honest, actually a lot of Precure designs don't look suitable for battle, which is why I love them amongst all magical girl designs, but Ichika's is just the best. Runner up for my favorite pink is Curiel. Anyway, those were my favorite Precures by color. Tell me yours down below. Also, if you'd love to see more of my artwork, feel free to follow me on Instagram.